Hi, it's Kristen.
And it's Robin.
And welcome back to
50 and Fearless.
Fearless. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is water aerobics. Exercise is really important when you're trying to get healthy, when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to just build muscle, build endurance, and just live a healthier, happier life after 50. So, I joined water aerobics class almost 2 years ago. I've done water aerobics both at Gold's Gym and at the YMCA, and I belong to a program through Medicare, which is part of my disability, and people over 65 are eligible for Medicare. If you have Medicare Advantage, I have Humana Medicare Advantage. I have access to a program called Silver Sneakers, which allows me to have free membership at several Ys, not just several gyms, not just one. So I belong to Gold's Gym and the Y, and I could belong to even more. So it's really amazing. So that's how I got started. I actually toured the Gold's Gym and saw a water aerobics class, and it looked really interesting to me, but it looked so intense. I didn't think it was something I'd be able to do, so I was kind of scared. But now it's so second nature, and I absolutely love it.
It's wonderful. I tried for a long time. When I lost so much weight before, I had a treadmill in my bedroom and I would get on it every day, didn't matter what. Well, then I got the diagnosis of bone-on-bone arthritis in both of my knees, and my doctor did not want me to use the treadmill anymore. He suggested an exercise bike, which would be easier on my knees, and I have one. I'm not that motivated to get on it, to be honest with you. But I knew that water aerobics was something that I could do and I would enjoy. The problem is I still work full time, and a lot of water aerobics are being held first thing in the morning or in the middle of the day when people that are typically retired or on disability and have the opportunity to go at those times can attend. And so I couldn't find anything that I could go to until I reconnected with Kristen, and she knew of these later classes that I could go to after work. And it's just been fabulous. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. There are days when I can barely walk going in, and when I come back out, I'm full of energy. My knees feel better. I feel more energized, and it's just a wonderful thing, and I'm thankful that we started going. I've been going since May? I think May.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're very fortunate that we live in a large enough city that there's lots of options. Mm-hmm. We have outdoor pools, and it's warm enough to use an outdoor pool.
Most of the time.
It's
very cold here today for us in South Texas.
Guys, it was 25 degrees Fahrenheit this morning, and it was a record. Set a record. Mm-hmm. But, and I went to the Y this morning. I went to water aerobics this morning, and it was cold. But
I went to work.
Yeah. But our Y has a heated pool, a heated indoor pool. One of the things I love about our Y is that we have multiple lifeguards on duty at all times. Mm-hmm. I feel safe. I'm assuming you do too. Yes. But, it means a lot to me to have trained lifeguards present at the Y, watching over us, mm-hmm. Kind of like our little guardian angels. I mean, God forbid something should happen. Right. I mean, I don't know about you, Robin, but I get pretty stinking tired during water aerobics. Anything could happen, you guys. Right. So it is nice to have trained lifeguards on mm-hmm. duty.
Yeah, it does make me feel better too. And they definitely pay attention to what's happening. They also keep other people out of the pool during we have a specific time that is water aerobics time, and it's not free swim during that time. That's right. And so the lifeguards help monitor the pool, and they keep people out so that they won't get in the middle of us and cause us problems, and we won't cause them problems. And that's a nice aspect of having the lifeguards on duty as well.
One thing that I've noticed is that the Y does a very good job of keeping the pool adequately maintained. But one of the things that we've both experienced is that the chlorine is kind of a little bit rough on us. Not just our skin, not just our hair, but also our swimsuits.
Yes. We have a friend that goes with us who started out with a black bottom swimsuit. It is now like gray and you can almost see through it. And that's
Yep.
just been with 6 months of going a couple of times a week.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you got to be aware
yeah.
of the condition of your bathing suit. No flashing allowed.
Right, right. But we have some really great friends that we've made at the pool. My morning class is really well attended. Our evening classes are not as busy. My morning class, even today when it was 25 degrees outside, had 35 people, and sometimes we have 60 people. I love
That's
my
a lot of people
instructor.
in the
It's a
pool.
lot of people in the pool, and it's both pools. There's 2 pools. Yeah. So it's a lot of people in the pool. So what has been your greatest benefit so far with water aerobics, do you think?
I am noticing some inches that I've lost. Not a lot at this point because I'm trying to pull together the eating aspect of it too. Both parts have to be, they have to work together.
That's right.
For you to be successful. They really do. But I just feel so much better, and I sleep really well at night when I go home. I was having problems for a long time with lower back pain, and I don't have as much trouble with that anymore. I just feel more mobile when I'm going on a regular basis, and I don't want to miss. Usually with exercise classes that I've attended in the past, it's been kind of like, oh, I'm gung-ho at the beginning, but then it's very easy to find reasons not to go, and then you go less and less and less, and then you're not going at all. And I don't find myself doing that with water aerobics. When I have to miss water aerobics, it upsets me because I enjoy it a lot. We like the instructors, the people are fun. We have a really good time.
Some of them are a little crazy, but you know what?
So are we.
Well, that's right. Well, and Robin, I'm trying to get Robin to come to my class in the morning is called Water Zumba. And Cindy is amazing. She's 58 years old, and she is just like my role model. I just would love to look just like Cindy. She's so healthy and in such great shape. And I'm like, oh, but I see that she puts a lot of work into it, and so that motivates me to put a lot of work into it because, if I have a goal that I want to be as healthy as Cindy, I can tell that Cindy puts a lot of effort into it. And so guess what, guys? I have to put the effort in too.
And you have to really take into consideration things like how deep is the water compared to how tall you are.
Exactly, because
I'm 5'2".
And I'm 5'8". Well, I asked Cindy this the other day. It's supposed to be at mid-chest range. And so I'm way further deep than Robin is.
And the deep end is not that deep.
4
feet.
4 foot.
But if you want to have control over what you're doing, you want to have, even though you're in the water, you still want to have controlled movements so that you're working out the parts of your body that you're supposed to be working on, the muscle groups that you're supposed to be working on. And I have noticed that if I am in the correct depth of water, I can tell that I've had a workout.
Right.
And if I'm not, then I have a lot of trouble controlling my lower half.
Right.
And when you've got a teacher that has you moving back and forth in the water, you get caught in the current and you can't move the way you want to. You just get turned around when everybody's turning around coming back the other way. So you want to make sure that you're where you need to be in the pool to get the most beneficial workout.
There's 2 things that we want to bring up. I'm going to start, and then I'm going to have Robin go next. You got to be careful. You got to be careful in the water. I actually injured my shoulder in water aerobics last year. Ended up having to have shoulder surgery in January. And what I did was I used water weights. Now, water weights are made of styrofoam, and they don't look like they're anything, but when you get that resistance of the water going, I had a teacher that would really push us hard, and I loved it. But one day I pushed myself a little too hard. I knew it, and I just felt that tear. I felt a tear. Immediately I felt a tear, and it made me so sad because basically from that point, from September of last year and through May, I mean, it pretty much destroyed not quite that long because I still was going, but I wasn't able to do as much. Now, Robin, you've had an issue that's come up fairly recently that I want to share with our...
Are you talking about the chlorine or the weights?
Yes,
the chlorine.
The chlorine. Well,
okay, well,
if you
first
want,
let me address the weights. I don't use weights in the water. At first it was kind of on the advice of Kristen, because I had never done water aerobics before, and her injury was fresh when I started going. And one of our instructors talked about using your hands in an open position as you're going through the water, so you're providing resistance for yourself. I have also noticed the weights, when you get them under the water, they're hard to control. You have to focus on them to make sure that you're, again, doing what you need to be doing with the weights in the correct way. Well, I've noticed that I really need to focus on what I'm doing with my legs because of my knees. And if I'm so focused on making sure that I'm working correctly with the weights, sometimes my knees do not feel the best when I get out of the pool. And so I have chosen to continue to work without the weights so I can focus on making sure I'm moving all parts of my body the way that I need to. The problem that I think that I am having with the chlorine, it's a new issue, and so I don't know if it's because it's a little more humid inside the pool area right now. I have what is called reactive airway disorder, and my doctor feels that that's because I've worked with little kids for years and years and years, and I'm exposed to upper respiratory infections and things like that on a regular basis. And so it's not asthma, but it's very asthma-like. And over the last probably month, I have noticed at night, on the nights that we've gone to water aerobics, I will wake up in the middle of the night and have difficulty breathing. And I've started to equate it with the level of chlorine that, I guess it's the fumes in the air. And so now I'm taking proactive steps with an inhaler I have and that kind of thing. And it's helping. So I'm believing that it is the chlorine that's that's causing this problem. Yay, another health issue.
Right.
Just what I need. Add to the list of all the odd things that are happening that you never take into consideration. But I'm not going to stop because it's something that works well for me for my level of fitness. I need to build my endurance, and I'm going to keep going. Unless a doctor tells me you can't go because this is so harmful to you, I'm going to keep going because I need to. I need to exercise, and this is what's working for me right now.
That's right. That's right. Well, we'd really like to encourage you to comment today and let us know if you have ever tried water aerobics, what you liked, what you didn't like, what worked for you, what benefits you received, if you had any issues participating in water aerobics. Thank you for viewing. We'd ask that you'd like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Yes. All right. Happy exercising.
Take care. Bye.